Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Immigrant Voices and Victories, your platform to learn, connect and be inspired. And this is another episode. Season 2 has been going so well with, guests from diverse backgrounds. And today we have one of our tech man. He's an entrepreneur, he's a tech man, he's a lot of things. I will just leave the introduction to him because I cannot introduce him properly. But yeah, welcome back on Immigrant Voices and Victories. So excited to be hosting Peter Ayeni today. And yeah, if you're new here, kindly like, subscribe, and share this wonderful video because get ready to be inspired. It's going to be, a mind-blowing one. So thank you so much, Peter, for honoring our invite and for being on here. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I'm really excited to be here.
Awesome. So we're going to do some icebreakers quickly just to, get you in a more relaxed mood. So we've got questions one. We've got questions 1 to 48. If you kindly choose a number, we'll go variety.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll just go with my lucky numbers. So I'll start with 3.
3. Oh, good. What's your favorite self-care activity?
Long walk.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, that's it for me, really. Yeah, I think because I work from home, so always like sometimes I don't go out for days. So I said from maybe school pickup and back. So yeah.
Okay, let's go for another one, which will be the last.
So I'll go for 7.
7. Okay. Have you been pleasantly surprised by anything recently?
Yeah, I would say. Yeah,
okay.
I think it's my son. Yeah, really. Yeah. So I was in the room. I didn't know. He just came and said, "Dad, can you give me? I want to give you a hug." And that was, I was like, "Well, okay." So and then he came close to me and like give me a very warm hug for a long time. So that's like my first son, Jason. He's 7 years old now. So yeah, I think that was a pleasant surprise. Yeah, even though we have like a very cordial relationship between me and him. So, but like him coming randomly like, "Dad, I want to give you a hug." That was, yeah, and like, yeah, my son is growing really, and it's also to do that.
They do grow fast, honestly. They do.
Yeah.
They do. So, can you kindly introduce yourself, a bit about your background and all that? Thank you.
Yeah, tricky, but I'll try. Yeah, actually, yeah, my name is Peter Ayeni. I was born in a little border town in Nigeria, in Ogun State to be precise. And I was raised by a single mom. We are all boys family. So, and yeah, currently a software engineer, but that was not my intention, really. So my background, my thought was I was going to study medicine. Yeah, actually. So yeah, and I really worked hard to be a doctor. Sincerely, yeah, I was one of the best students in my school. Even though I went to a public school, I really fought to be an excellent student. Even though a little bit of a rebel also, but yeah, I did strive to be excellent in my school. I studied in Sheikh Kadri. So Sheikh Kadri is in Ilorin, Kwara State. So most of my teen years was in Ilorin. And I attended Sheikh Kadri. That was where I think I did represent the school and the state at International Junior Science Olympiad, Biology Olympiad, Maths Olympiad. I was a kind of a geek and a nerd in secondary school, and being able to like compete with these competitions are competitions that private schools like Tomatadeo Miracle and some of these expensive schools attend, Queen School and stuff like that. And just a boy from public school was able to compete at that level was amazing. So, but my journey to being a doctor changed after, I think, immediately before high school, really. But then I found myself into engineering because I've always loved science. Anyway, what was the best alternative for me? And I started in tech quite early. Immediately out of my secondary school, I started in tech, and I started my first company. I was about 18 at the time. And out of secondary school, 5 years, I didn't go back to school or just doing tech stuff. So 5 years after I went back to school, got some jobs in some corporates in Abuja. And then that was how the journey started into tech, social entrepreneurship, innovations and stuff, which I've been known for. But I got my big break actually when I built Mbele in 2017. And I was selected as one of the top innovators in Nigeria by Union Bank. So they did this contest called Centenary Innovation Award. So I was one of the 3 finalists of that award. And that was where I got my big break nationally. And then from there, the trumpets really blew. I was selected for Mandela Washington Fellowship, and then the Do School Fellowship. I studied in the US, in Germany, and then everything took off from there. Moved to the UK, family, and all of that. Yeah, so that was my round in a while.
Journey to the UK. How did it all start? What were the most significant challenges when you moved to the UK?
Moving abroad was something I always had in mind that I wanted to do.
Oh, of course, after all those journeys.
Yeah, even like when I was in secondary school, because my school was located in a very strategic position that opened my minds and eyes to a lot of things early on. Because my school, Sheikh Abdul College, was actually former ITC, International Teachers College, right? So it's a teachers college built by missionaries, then converted to secondary schools when the missionaries, the colonizers left. So within my school, we have Ilorin College of Education, we have Polytechnic, and then we have College of Medicine of University of Ilorin, not too far from my school. So my school is just like surrounded by higher institutions. So that opportunity gave me to have friends that are medical doctors, even when I was in high school, friends that are engineers and all of that. So that opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. And I've been doing so many things. So like I said, I'll be very, very studious. And from then I realized that I don't want to study in Nigeria, because look at all of the experience of all of the students around me, the university stuff and how they do stuff. And some of them have been doing their work. Like I've been studying Necon and Parker physics, A-levels, in SS2, like I have this advanced mindset. I've been doing circuit breakers, all of this electronic stuff. Even immediately after my secondary school, I've been coding final year student projects. So I felt that Nigerian universities doesn't have those things that I needed to be who I want to be practically. And because most of the things they do are more theoretical and stuff. And then there is this lecturer bullying stuff. I don't like that. I want to be able to stand up to, even in secondary school, like I've been sent out of class by a teacher and I just like, yeah, thank you. Like I've challenged teachers in class when she came to class and she was just like dictating to us. I was like, I could just go read this at home myself. Why would you do that? So I know I could get in trouble in uni because lecturers do whatever they want. So I knew that atmosphere is not for me. So that was what gave me the idea that I wanted to study abroad. And I tried, but I couldn't do it because number one, I don't have the financials to be able to sponsor myself. My family doesn't have it. So it was hard and had to be delayed for a very long time. And when we got married, my wife had cold feet about traveling abroad also, like she doesn't have the stuff. So, and I was just like, okay. And when I was selected for the do school fellowship and I went to Germany, I spent, I think, 6 months or 4 months in Germany studying and also working at the same time. And it was an eye opener for me. That was my first international travel ever, and I saw a different world. I was like, my God. And when I came back home, the last day that I was leaving Germany, it was the saddest day of my life. Like, sincerely, I was sad. And when I got back home, I didn't leave the house for 3 months. That was how depressed I was. So, and
Why?
now I don't know. I was just depressed. Like everything I was seeing around me and everything wasn't like I actually felt sad leaving, and it shouldn't be like that, right? So I think it's just like my mind and where I want to see myself. And at the time, Nigerian wasn't, yeah, that at the moment that I wanted to see. So, and one of the things that actually fast tracked us moving and convinced my wife also was because she's a doctor, right? And it's been a year plus she finished her internship, save, and now trying to get a job. She couldn't find any job. Like we send letters everywhere, talk to every consultant you could know. Like it's so crazy. And then she got a job for 50K somewhere. I was like, see that at home, I could pay you 50K per month. What's that? So it's terrible. So that experience for her, literally like, yeah, I just said we need to move out of this country, and she was like, "Yeah, we should do it." And that was how the journey started, and we started our journey to move to the UK.
Mm. Wow, awesome. So, what were the challenges you faced when you got here?
Yeah, the experience for me, because I came from tech background. I went to international schools. I've always prepared myself for this, for the UK life ahead. So I thought when I move here, I'm just going to integrate into the system and things were just going to roll out so fast for me. But I got the biggest shock of my life because after when I post this online, a lot of people laugh. Like, so I thought I would just like come here. I'm going to incorporate Mbele and maybe mix with some tech entrepreneurs and raise some money and everything. We just move on like that. But things didn't work out the way I thought. And 6 months later, I was actually working at the factory. So yeah, it's insane. I like you know it was a tug of war. When you have these plans in your head about where you're going to and everything you think you could achieve, and also coming from the experience I already have personally and how good I am what I do. So it's was a reality that I had to face because I have to support my family in the way I could. Uh, Also, I have to support myself. The job I'm applying to are not coming through. All of my social innovation stuff that we have planned, COVID happens and a lot of things just went haywire. So because we've been talking with some universities that could do like social innovations for uh, secondary school students and college students, and now they can turn ideas to businesses and stuff like that. And we've been having conversation with Sheffield University and some other universities like that. And then I think COVID and some other things happened and everything. It's not even COVID. Like something just happened and and then COVID happened after that. So and I have to just start. I got a job at Boots, and I started working permanent night. And I also got a job at Royal Mail. When I went there, I did the tester, and Yeah, it's okay, like go through all of this induction and everything. But for Royal Mail, I wasn't able to get a shift. I don't know why, but I just put myself like permanent nights at Boots. It's just guaranteed, and when you are always available, they always give you a shift, right? So I just put myself on permanent nights, and that was good. So I started my UK dream in there, and it was, yeah, crazy because at the time I have to work at night, come back at home. My kids also have to take care of him, take him to school, and also I still have to continue to apply for job. Yeah, so I have to continue to apply for job. So it's really really crazy. And so there was a job I applied to. I think it was in Derby, and the recruiter was like, they wanted to see me, they liked my CV, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, that was amazing. I should go there. So because I've not been to Derby before, and I just like, oh, let me go early so that I don't get lost and I don't get late. So I get there like I think 3 hours or 4 hours earlier, and I go to the company. I think it's Corey's PC. Yeah, Corey's. You know, Corey's, they have the tech part, the people that build
Mhm.
their solution. So the tech aspects of Corey's. So when I got there, they told me that, oh, I was early, that's great, but there's no place I can stay within the premises. I'm like, whoa, where will I stay? Like, if I could hang around somewhere. I came out and I was hanging around, like, there's nowhere to hang around. And then it's rain, it's cold. I feel so, like, it was horrible. And then I waited, and later on they come to fetch me. I went inside. The interview went for like 5 hours. And after the interview, I left. They didn't even give me a drink or anything. I don't think so. After I left, I didn't hear from them. No feedback, nothing. Like I was devastated. It's crazy. So it was really, really hard trying to like break into the tech ecosystem. So what I thought about business and everything in the UK wasn't correct. When we came in here, because where we came and everything, Bimi came as a student and stuff, so that was what made it easier for us to come anyway, because everything we did was like probably self-sponsored. So,
Mm.
and we were staying in the shared apartment at that time. I've incorporated my company, but immediately I came. It was easy to do, right? It's £15 or something at the time. That was the easiest thing to do. Like, and it's easier to put yourself in trouble in this country if you don't know. And that was what I was doing. And luckily for me, I went to this training on starting a business in the UK. So because I've always learned like seek information from the right people. So I went to that training 1 week. So, and when I got there, it was
Mm.
really amazing. They opened my eyes to a lot of things, how tax works, everything. Do you know, after that meeting, I shut down my company immediately. Because, like, so even first, the house I was living in, when I look at the contract, you can't have a business address in that house. And I use that house as, so it's part of all the contract. Like, so a lot of people don't know. Like, if your landlord do not agree with you that you can run business in their house, if you run business in that house, it could be trouble too. So that was the first thing. Another thing is like about tax, about understanding all of this. I'm like, am I even ready for this? I'm just trying to like put myself life together and everything. What if I forget? I don't even remember to file my tax return. Voila, many just God. So all of those information allow me, like I just like sorry guys, I shut it down immediately. So and yeah, and then I just go on. So one of the challenges is understanding the system, having a preconceptions that doesn't really work and translate to the new country you're going to. Yeah, I
Mm.
think those are the challenges really. Yeah.
So how did you overcome those?
Yeah. So for me, I think it's shared not giving up, right? So because I've mentored a lot of people that have moved to this country, some new people, and I used to tell people like I won't tell you that this is a direct formula of how to make it or how to succeed in any country or whatever you're doing. But what I believe is that if you can learn quickly and change, so
Mm,
that could go a long way to help you. And that was what I did. So
mm,
first 6 months, I was like, okay, I'm going to build my company, make network with friends. At least I have, yeah, and I was trying to do all that. So I was doing everything I could do. So it's not as if I was not trying. I was trying. Even my wife at some point we at cross with each other. Peter, you need to walk. I'm like, no, don't you know I'm an entrepreneur? What are you talking about? I need to build stuff. That's what I do. And she was just like, well, we need to eat. So I was just so mad. And I have to change. I have to get that, yeah, factory work. I have to work with people that are like, you said you're a software engineer. What are you doing here? Sorry, guys, it's okay. We are here now. So it's fine. And I have to do that. And I put all my all into that and not giving up. I applied as much as I could. And later on, I also applied to Flatiron School. I'm like, okay, maybe if I integrate into the ecosystem in the tech here, meet people, make friends, that could help me integrate also. So as I was doing that, I was applying to jobs. I got a job in the US actually, but just that the
mm,
pay is not enough because it's a contract job. So it's not like a full-time job. It doesn't cover a lot of my bills, but it helps really. It really helps us at the time. So yeah, but I moved to London, joined Flatiron School, and it was a crazy experience because I went there with little or no money. The first 1-2 weeks or more months, I was living in an hostel outside of London. The school is within central London, so I have like 1 hour to 1 hour 30 minutes of bus every day because I can't even afford train. Like it was a hell. There was a day there was a fight in the hostel I was because a guy was snoring and there was a guy that was just mad and like, I'm going to kill you. And I was just so scared for my life. Like, what if this guy set this place on fire? God. So it was really, really insane. But through all of those things, through all of those, uh, continuing to apply and everything, I got my first break. The company is called Previsico, and it was just a perfect fit. And the organization called me. We have a call with the CTO. They invited me to Lovecraft University. We had an interview, very short, and they just gave me an offer instantly. Like it was like magic. They gave me offer instantly, and it was hybrid. So I do like 2 days at work, 3 days in the office. So at home, 2 days in the office. And the office I can come like in the afternoon sometimes because baby is working. I need to then Jason have not start full time school, so it's half hour, 30 minutes, 30 hours per week. You have to split that. So I have to take him to school in the morning, bring him back home, and then take him to a nanny, and then I'll go to
mm,
work. Then come back from work, go and pick him from nanny, bring him back home, and do that again. So it was really insane. But getting that job actually helped a lot. It was my first job and it helped. We moved from the shared apartment we were and things started taking shape. I spent a year with the company and I left. I got another job offer, about 150% increase. And that was how it started. And I worked there also, I think, for like 7 months, 8 months. I left. I got a new job offer, another like 250% increase. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is good. So, and that was how the journey went. And
wow.
things became much more easier, much
Mm,
enjoyable. Yeah.
wow. That's so good. But so you leaving all those jobs, was it deliberate or was it planned or what was it like?
So leaving those jobs wasn't deliberate.
Okay.
Actually, it wasn't deliberate. But at the same time, it's so my first job I've spent like 1 year and 13 months with them. I think that was one of the longest at the time. And I wasn't like actively looking for a job. Sometimes when you're not looking for some things, they just come on your face all the time. When you are looking, they don't come. So it's strange how it works. So, but when I saw the opportunity, I saw that it's better for me. And also, when the organization gave me a pay raise, they raised my pay just by £2,000. So, which is good at least. But I just felt when I got a better offer, I just feel like that's much better for me. Uh, at the time, and it allowed me to be able to grow. And also based on my previous experience and everything, the first job actually was an opportunity for me to be integrated, to understand, when you're looking for your first job, whatever salary they give to you, you'll be like, yeah, oh, well, thank God. I'm grateful for it. I work my heart out in the company. Like they know that I gave them my best. Even if I go there today, they'll be like, yeah, welcome Peter, like because yeah, and that's the impression I told everyone to give. Like give your best at every work you are because you never know. Like I've asked for them for recommendation anytime, they will always be gladly to give it to me. So but when I got the new job offer that gave me more opportunity and it's pay more, like almost doubled my salary. So I have to go take that also. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. So, what do you think would be the most important skill and mindset for, say, software engineer to succeed in the UK? Now that you've gone through, the immigration journey and how you found it difficult when you first came in, what would be, what do you think are the most important skills for someone to succeed?
Yeah. In the UK, it's so interesting that uh, I've seen that skills is not the most important thing. Like skills is good, like you need to know what you're doing, but it's not the most important thing. And I've seen a lot of immigrants, some Nigerians, some other countries who have been in England, and they are really good, and they are finding it difficult to get a job. So mostly because they put their skills ahead of everything. They just like I've built this, I've done this, I've done that, and it's so hard. Like people don't want to work with people that are not pleasant, so or is snob or arrogant or pride, and that is one thing that very highly skilled people show up at work and interview most of the time because they're just like full of your skill than being personal and interpersonal with the people you want to work with. You want to work with human beings, people you laugh with, people you're going to go to drinks with, people you're going to be friends with. That's what is the most important thing. Relationship and communication. That is the most essential skills. A lot of people who have been so technically talented might not go that far because they don't just have interpersonal relationship skills, they don't have communication skills at work. I mean, like I don't have so many friends, even if you know me, I'm not the kind of person that have a lot of friends because I'm not likable in terms of my ideology and stuff. But when it comes to my professional life, it's different because this is a professional space. So you need to be able to be tactical about how you relate with people, about communication, humility, sharing knowledge, be teachable. All of these things are very, very important. People want to work with people they like. That's the point. And that's why I told any Nigerian because most Nigerians say, I can do 10 programming language. I can do, yeah, that's good. But so I've seen people change their strategy and land job quickly and it just works. I've seen organizations hire people who don't have a lot of skills and they train them because they have good relationship and international communication and interpersonal relationship and skills because those are the most important thing. Yeah, so they will train good people than hired a snob who is a talented geek.
Mm. Oh, that's great. So what advice would you give to, someone who is aspiring to be a software engineer as a mentor that you are and a social innovator?
Yes, software engineering is an amazing field because it just gives you this power to create, and that's one thing I love about software engineering and engineering generally. And that was the reason I quit medicine. I said I wanted to do medicine, and for me, luckily, I was able to discover that part of myself early. Even though when I was young, I've always been a creator. Like I do art, I like thought things up. Like I literally like discolored my mom's house with painting just because I'm trying to learn stuff, the wall and everything. So I've just been that inquisitive person and breaking stuff. And I love to be in control. Not like in a domineering way, but I just like to be in control of things I do. And that's the reason, like, I was ranting on Facebook the other day about giving so much and not receiving. And someone asked me that, "Hey, Peter, maybe you don't ask." And that's true. I don't ask. I don't know how to ask. It's because of the way I was raised. And because I was raised by a single mom who have teach us sufficiency. And because we don't have so many people to rely upon, so even though when we are doing our journey out of the UK, out of Nigeria to the UK and everything, I try as much as possible to be able to see how can I do things without bothering people so much. So, and that have been some of the mindset I've had, and that trickled into my professional life also. Software engineering give me controls. Like this is software. The worst I can do is crash my laptop. I'll get a new one. So that's different from medicine, right? So medicine is about rules, about procedures, it's about sir, thank you. Like I don't want to say sir. In software engineering, you cannot disagree with your boss. It doesn't matter. It's engineering. Like you can disagree. So in medicine, it's slightly different. Like a consultant is talking, everybody's quiet. Like I can't be quiet. I just need to speak my mind. So those are the things that push me towards engineering, and that's the advantage of engineering itself. So for people who are aspiring to be an engineer, it's an amazing stuff. And that amazing thing is that you can think of an idea and you can build it. So if it's not even to just get a job, it's to even like empower yourself to create. And it changed my life in a way that I can't even imagine myself. Because like look at working on Passage of Africa as a side project right now. I could just think about anything. I could just like execute it myself without having to wait for anyone to do it. Even though there are some other things that you can outsource, but they're not an integral core part of the technology you want to build. So that is something that you have to have control over. And that's how, imagine if Apple have to wait for one third party company to be able to release iPhone 14 or iPhone 15, then their business will be jeopardized. So your core of your business can be in your hands if you're a software engineer. So, and I used to say to people, this is the best time to be a software engineer. And anyone can do it because unlike me, that the only thing I know how to do is computer, which I think is bad. If I'm sacked right now or computer is taken up from me, I can't do anything. Like I try so many things, I just fail. It's only computer I'm good at. So which is the bad thing to do. So I tell people don't go to school to study software engineering. It's waste of time. Study what you love or whatever it is, and then learn software engineering as a skill, then apply it to, like for you now as a doctor, you can learn how to code and apply coding to medicine. That would be a fantastic. So if you study language, apply coding to language. If you study, so no matter what you study, you could add software engineering to it. So except you want to go into computer science. Computer science is a different field from software engineering. A lot of people mixed it up. So computer science is more like the research aspects of engineering, of course, software engineering. So software engineering is like we take whatever computer science people do, the paper, the abstract they've created for us, and we can take that and make it into business or things that people can use. So that's what we do. It's like create solutions from the jargons the computer science people do. So if you want to like go into course science and research, yeah, you can go and study computer science. That's fine. But if you want to do applications of knowledge, yeah, software engineering, you don't need to go to school to do it. You can do a boot camp, you can learn to code on stuff, and then you still be a good software engineer. Some of the greatest software engineers don't even have like a degree. Some of them do have a degree. So some of them do have, there are some computer scientists also that software engineers. So it depends on the pattern. But it's always great to have something else that you add to it. It just makes you so amazing, and because this knowledge can be added to any skill, so it doesn't matter what you do. So because computer is everywhere, and it just give you like a leverage, give you advantage over people like me that whatever I know is just code and not that pleasant.
Okay, what about entrepreneurs? What's your advice? Because someone like you who is an entrepreneur, you had your company, you came to the UK, you shut it down. What would be advice for someone who is an entrepreneur and an immigrant in the UK actually?
For me, I think just know what you want to do. That's the important thing, and seek knowledge. Don't be afraid to fail. And today just brought like a lot of memories for me, because on these days 6 years ago, that was when I was selected as a semi-finalist for Union Bank Centenary Innovation Award. So which is like a lot of my life trajectory and things changed for me just about this time 6 years ago, and just tells us that how much that can change in 6 years.
Mm.
So much, like 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, like a lot can change. So imagine 6 years ago, I have a passport, 2009 or something, that I'm going to travel and study abroad, and I couldn't travel. When the passport expired and I went to the immigration, even the immigration guy was laughing at me like, bros, and you need stamp passport. So I was like, I was so embarrassed, and there was this guy just laughing at me. I was like, it's fine. But then I've traveled to so many countries within 5 years. I've traveled so many places that I can. So, and that's how life is. So don't be scared as an entrepreneur to fail. It's okay. When I shut down in Mbele and moved abroad, a lot of my friends were mad at me. Some of our fellows that we went to Management were like, Peter, why you do that? You have all of these amazing things. You're building this stuff. Why are you leaving your country? Most of them are in the UK now. So it's like that. So don't just follow your gut, follow your mind, and don't say because you are doing something is not popular that you're doing the wrong thing. So a lot of people that was laughing like, Peter, what are you doing? Why are you traveling? You shouldn't know your business. It's not like, I have people who called me out on Facebook when I shut down Mbele. You understand? So, but recently, an edutech platform similar to what Mbele was doing raised $2 million, right? And they just shut down and they can't continue. That's raised. I haven't raised that amount of money. Let's say that maybe I ran away with people's money or something. No. So, and this is the reality. So sometimes you just need to like follow your gut. And now I'm building something else for the continent, which is amazing. And a lot of people love it.
We're going to talk about that.
What Mbele is. So that's the point. So we shouldn't feel bad to be able to accept defeat. We just know that it's a phase, and then we can come back better and do something better. Because yeah, ideas are always there. There'll always be problem to solve, and also seek information. So because what I learned in the UK was like, you can't say I don't know. Like it doesn't hold water. So you just have a fine or a bill or something. Just say sorry, like I don't know. Like what do you mean you don't know? Nobody. So because of that, you don't want to make costly mistakes. So just be patient, seek knowledge. I seek knowledge when I came to this country. I want to build a business. So even though I've jumped the gun already, but I went back and I saw that a lot of information on the Shire, depending on the Shire that you are. So go to the Shire, go to their website, you see a lot of information about starting a business. They do seminars, webinars, some of them are free, and just attend. So the one I attended was 1 week, in 1 week. Even I did a refresher again when I wanted to start in Mbele again, just to like remind myself of some of the things. So, and then you can do things the right way. Yeah.
Wow, that's good. So let's come to that thing that you say you're building. We're going to talk about it. Party Jollof.
Yeah.
Party Jollof Africa. Tell us.
Yeah.
What is it all
Part of
about?
actually, it's I think it's a cumulative of everything I've built over the years. Uh, I've always been have this entrepreneurial mindset because my mom is entrepreneurial. I've seen her do business all her life. Like my mom was a distributor for Obafemi or Obasanjo's farm when we were young. So distribute, take from Ogun State and export it to Benin Republic and some other country like that. And my mom like was distribution kerosene on large scale, and with little or no education, she was able to do a lot of things like that. So, and I also like ventured into my own first business when I was in, I think GS3, GS2, GS3. Yeah, I think no SS1. I think I think it was in SS1, and I made 1,500 naira, which I used to buy my first chemistry textbook. I love books, so imagine. I didn't buy myself a clothes. I bought the textbook. Yeah, so all of those experience accumulate into what Party of Africa is. And I've always wanted to build an entertainment company, a studio, uh, the, and something that will actually transcend. When I built Mbele, Mbele was a national phenomenon, and everybody in Nigeria was like, yeah, this is amazing. Even though it didn't work out the way we could, it has its own limitation, not just me, because we don't have the infrastructure in Nigeria then to be able, sometimes you have an idea that just that ahead of its time. There is no infrastructure to be able to allow that idea to scale. And that was what affected Mbele the most. Even people that came after us, some of them will still fail because those infrastructure are still not there yet.
Mm.
So, but Party of Africa is coming as a place that our entertainment industry in Africa, especially in the movie space, is getting some traction. So there are so many companies, organizations, bloggers, all those things that are doing some things, but there's no structured organization that is creating technology-driven solution for our movie industry. And that is what Mbele, Budget of Africa wants to do. So we are starting small on the basis and the foundation. And the foundation is actually data. So currently, Africa, Nigeria itself is the third biggest movie industry in the world in amount of movie produced and even diversity. So when I moved to the UK, I used Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb. That's where we go to check movies and stuff like that. But every time on the home page, there's no one recommendation of any African movie. Why I even got angry was a tribe called Judah. So I went to search for a tribe called Judah, and I got to it, even though it's not on the home page. Tribe called Judah is the biggest blockbuster in Nigeria to date. So when I got to the Rotten Tomatoes website, there is no Funke Akindede's photos on the page. I was just mad. Like, how will you have a platform? You have this content about this movie, and the main actor, the director, the woman that made his profile photo is not there. I was just like, okay, we can't outsource our problem to these people. We need to build our own. So we need to build an information systems that owns information about our creators, our movie directors, our cast, our movies that come out of our country and our continent. And we need to build that. It's hard to build because it's a lot of work. Database is a lot. Even we are still cataloging movies from Nigeria right now. We just added South Africa now we're starting, but we have not even we've not gone so much. And we've added like a lot of movies. So, but we are going to continue to do it. But we have to start from somewhere. Rotten
Mm.
Tomatoes have been around for 20 years or something. You understand? So it's a hard work to do. A lot of people want to do this because, like, if you want a business or a project that will give you money tomorrow, we
Mm.
won't be building Project of Africa. So we're
Mm.
not building Project of Africa for tomorrow's or 3 years profit. No, we are building Project of Africa for the next 10 years, for the next generation of people. We are building it for Jason that was like, oh, I want to know about the tribe called Judah, that film that was blockbuster when I was 6 years old. And they can go to Project of Africa and they can read all the stories, all the stuff about it. So, and that's exactly what we are building.
Wow. Wow. This is big already. I can imagine if you've not even gone, you've not finished with Nigeria. I can imagine other countries where you have
Yeah,
to, get a lot of movies. And it's getting a lot of traction, I must say. On Facebook, you already have more than 14,000 followers. I've been
yeah,
following you.
it's incredible growing in the pace
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine myself. So I was just like, where are all these people coming from? I don't know. Like in the last 7 days, we have a page Facebook group and we have a page also. But why I created a group is because is movie lovers can come together, have conversations from everywhere in the world. We can chat. We can also like when we are building. I don't want to build a product in isolation that people don't know about. So we are building it in the open. So as I'm building something, I'm getting feedback from people. Even there was a Saturday, I built something and I shared on Facebook, and someone went to test it. I'm like, oh, Peter, this does not work. And the person commented back, Peter, you know that this doesn't work the way it's expected. I'm like, oh, I'll check it out. And then I fixed it. And then I told the person, I'll fix it now. And the person went to check back and like, okay, it's working now. That's incredible. That's the power of getting the people that is going to use this platform interested from day one. And that's what
Yeah.
we have been doing from day one. So the
Wow.
Facebook group, we added 10,000 followers and members in 7 days. That was incredibly insane. So because on Thursday, we just hit 25,000 members. And I was posting on Facebook, oh, thank you guys, we hit 25,000. And in the evening, when I get back, we were already at 27,000. I was like, what's happening? I was like I just said 25,000. We have not even celebrated 25,000 in the hour. We've asked over 2,000 plus, and now we've passed 30,000 people on that group. And the page right now is heading towards 19,000 because we are 18,000 plus now. It's it just shows that people need this. People want this,
Mm.
and that encouraged me also to be able to do that. And aside from that, it's also have engaged a lot of people
Mm.
because sometimes like yeah, I do have a lot of people I support. I do people like young people, mentor. Like it's just not about mentor. Sometimes like you support people like someone like oh my result or my school is exam this. I don't have wanting to pay, and they okay yeah get this money and stuff. But now I can able to like engage young people in the country without them have to ask me for money, but I can engage them. Okay, design this flyer. Okay, you do this copy for us. Okay, you do this thing, and then I'll pay them to do it. So I think that also have given me like a lot of opportunity to be able to invest, not just like dashing people money randomly, but like giving people uh
Value.
responsibility and they can create value,
Mm.
right? And they can
Yes.
get reward for those values. And they also are learning uh, at the same time. So, which is an incredible impact. Like, I can't tell, like, so many people that we've involved. Like, some of those things that I even pay people for, I could do it myself. But I just want that people to be like, today, yesterday, I commissioned someone to do our Facebook ad copy, and the person just charged me 150,000. I'm like, okay, yeah, do it. I think, and someone is going our profile. I could design a profile myself, and like, how much is it? It's 65K. Okay, don't worry, do it. 65. So that's the thing. I've asked someone edit our copy that we edited before, and she charged me 100K. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's fine, do it, because it give them opportunity to be able to learn, the opportunity to be able to contribute in a way that they also can feel like, oh, I contribute this thing. I can put on my CV. I can put on my own portfolio also. So it's not just me. It's just like this community of people coming together to be able to create things and adding value to the continent itself.
Oh wow, I love it, love it. Love what you're doing with jollof rice.
Yes, that was what
Party
Jason said.
jollof. I guess that was the inspiration. Jollof rice was the inspiration for party jollof. Awesome, awesome.
Interestingly, in the house, we like jollof a lot. So, yeah, my son, every one of us like jollof. But I think the inspiration behind the name is just the continent itself. Because I'm just looking at what name can I use for us, like what bring all of us together as a
Jollof.
continent. Jollof brings us together. It always strike conversation. We
Yeah.
argue, banter about it, but at the same time, we still come together to like agree to disagree. And also, the second thing is the party, right? Africa, we like to be happy. We like to. So I want to create a solutions that bring people together, irrespective of politics, religion, beliefs, and stuff. And that's exactly what we are having a part of Africa. Like it transcend whatever belief anybody has. So, and which is what make me happy. Even people that disagree with me love Party Love Africa. So, which is very great because we have this common ground where all of us
Awesome.
can come together. And it's story, right? Stories are very powerful,
Yeah.
and that is actually the driving force. Yeah.
Awesome. And yeah, they've got a YouTube channel recently. They started doing reviews for different movies. We're going to share the link here. So go find Party Jollof and get your movie recommendation. And let's bring Africa together. This is the
Yeah.
man behind Party Jollof Africa.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. So as we round up this wonderful interview, there's been lots of nuggets in this. It's as good as we had, like a mentor session with Peter Ayeni himself. So as we round up, what is your final message to immigrants in the UK? What is your advice for immigrants in the UK?
Yeah. So what I would say in running everything up is be patient with yourself. I know I don't. At the same time, I will tell you I don't have all of the answers. Uh, a lot of us we want a better life for ourselves, for our kids, you know, and I will say that be very personal and be real to yourself.
Mm,
Sometimes we want to use other people's yardstick to measure ourselves. So I don't want to do that. Since I came to this country, I use bus. I'll give you that as an example. Uh, it's not as if I couldn't afford getting a car. At least with my salary, even 3 years ago, I can afford the Range Rover and I will get it. So, but I do not. I don't just want to. And I've had a lot of friends that have big cars. Even my colleagues have, like everybody around me, but living life for yourself and your personal goal is very, very important. So, because if you see your friends or any family that are living which way, you don't know what they are offsetting to be able to do what they're doing. So, even though that the UK is like open, everything's not still black and white. So, don't use other people's measure. Don't be pressured with whatever someone has right now. Just be patient. Like everything is going to come at the right time. And just like have the plan for yourself. When we want to buy our house, when we started from living in a very small house, like we enjoy every phase of it. So people comes to my house and like it's fine. Like I won't hide because I'm living in the room where we have how many people living in the shared apartment. It was a phase. I know it's not going to be like that forever. You understand? And at a point, like at points, even I put my son in a private school, like it's not because I need to show off to someone or anything. So, it's
Mm,
because I know there is a need, there is a gap for him at some point, and it needs some kind of attention and care to be able to, like, some people that don't understand that, like, maybe I too am going to do that or something, and then you could put yourself in a lot of like trouble and things like that financially, because things
mm,
change in this country really fast and you can never tell. So what I would say, my advice is be patient. Like,
be
good
patient.
things take time, sincerely.
Mm,
And if you have your solid base, you'll definitely be fine. Yeah, the challenges is that we all know these things. We can't lie to ourselves. So we've also have been through so many. Even we are still going through it. So you understand. So there were times that I was off on my credit card. My wife also, she was off on her credit card, and you know it was just so difficult because we just need to, like, find a way to, especially when we are buying a house and stuff like that. So many things, like, but you still have to still keep going. You still have to keep rubbing mind. So the idea is that, yeah, everything is not the way it seems. So don't
mm,
use other people's yardsticks for yourself. Be true
mm.
to yourself. Be realistic with yourself. Most of all, just be patient. Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Wow.
and
What a closing remark from Peter Ayeni today. Be
think,
realistic, be patient, do you. I guess
yeah,
that's the
that's the
summary of
word.
it.
That's the word. Just do
Just
you.
do you. Do
Just do
you,
you.
be
Yeah.
yourself, enjoy every moment, enjoy the days of boots, enjoy the
And
days of
nothing. Yeah,
enjoy the
it's
days of long shifts, and then when
yeah,
God blesses you and open doors, also
yeah.
enjoy it. What
Enjoy
a
that.
wonderful time to be
Thank
on this Immigrant Voices and Victories with you. Thank you so much for honoring this invite. It's been a wonderful interview with you today. So please, if you're new here, kindly like, share, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Go find Party Jollof on Facebook. They're also on YouTube. I'm going to tag them
you.
here because this is the man behind, Party
Thank
Jollof
you.
Africa, bringing Africa together. And what a joy. This is what Immigrant Voices and Victories is all about. We want to celebrate each other. We want to learn from each other. It's always good to hear other people's story because that might just be the next word that you need to inspire you for your own next big thing. So,
Mm.
do you and enjoy your time. Watch out for season 3. I think this is our last video in
Whoa.
season 2. Yes. So please go and watch season 1. Season 1, you will find his wife there, Dr. Gbemisola Ayeni. In fact, she was the first person we interviewed on Immigrant Voices and Victories.
Whoa, that's incredible.
Yes, yes, in season 1. So yeah, who knows? We might be
Let me
hosting Jason
circle.
soon.
Yeah, maybe it's gonna be Jason. That would be nice. He likes to talk.
Oh, of course, why not? I will be so excited to host him as long as I have your permission. So,
Yeah, definitely.
okay. So let's watch our season 3. We might just be hosting Jason because we're hosting the whole family now. It's Well, yeah, it's been so great. It's been so wonderful. Thank you so much. So watch out. Season 3 is on the way, and there'll be more, and more guests. Your story might be the next we might be sharing on this channel. So reach out to us on Immigrant Voices and Victories at gmail.com, and we will be so glad to hear your story. So keep connecting, keep getting inspired, and don't stop learning. Have a wonderful one. God bless you. No limits. Thank you. Bye.